Hi guys, hope you all are doing well. Irene is feeling a little bit sick today, so I ended up making dinner. No, seriously, she's not feeling good though, so I know she would be thankful for your prayers. But anyway, just had a situation come up a couple days ago, and I'm a contractor. I have guys that work for me, and we've had a weird thing over the past couple weeks of just guys not showing up to work and writing me first thing in the morning and saying they're not coming in, and just stuff that is frankly it's just inexcusable, and nothing is more frustrating to an employer than having things like this happen. And for me, I'm scheduling projects and trying to get things done in a timely fashion and getting materials there, and having guys miss work, it interrupts the flow of everything. I had someone very close to me tell me a story about their client, who owns a business, and I guess while they were at their client's house, they overheard a conversation between their client and an employee of theirs, over the phone, and their client was just yelling and screaming and cussing and carrying on, and apparently their employees weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. And I can really relate to the frustration here. And at the end of the conversation, this person's client came to them and just said, "Hey, I'm sorry you had to hear that, but every once in a while I have to do this to get things done." And that got me thinking about my situation. And I was really just spent a lot of time thinking about how I should handle it and how I should go about it, because it's not the first time that this has happened. And obviously, as an employer, I want it to be the last time. I don't want to ever have to deal with this again. So, I have the option either to go and yell and scream at my guys, or I have the option to do something different. And just as I was working through it and praying about it, God just gave me a peace about what we're called to be as Christians, because you're always afraid of letting things go and letting them slide, and for the sake of being loving, but does that actually get anything done? And so I ended up having a conversation with my guys and just really laid it out there in a very respectful and honoring way, but in a way that still said, "Hey, this needs to change. It can't be like this," but without yelling and screaming. And there's a lot of situations like this in life where it's very difficult to be loving. And I'm not talking about like the kind of loving like we're going to go prancing through a field of daisies. No, I'm talking about the kind of loving that we're called to be when times are their hardest. And the verse I want to bring up is Romans 12:21. Paul says, "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." And that's just such a good word, especially for the day and age that we're in, and the virus going around and all these, everybody's stressed out. Because I'm even hearing stories of people working at the grocery store, and people are coming in yelling at them about things that they can't even control, while these people who work there are trying to serve them. And things have obviously got blown out of proportion, and people's emotions are running high because of the virus going around. But this is a really challenging thing that we all need to step into, because this is a great time for Christians to set ourselves apart with the way that we're handling this. It's very easy to just get stressed out about it and start freaking out and going off on everybody you meet about this, that, and the other thing. But who does God call us to be? What represent what would represent God the best in this situation. Because God uses us as his representatives, as his ambassadors in situations like this, when things are completely going awry and there's no any type of explanation for any of this, and people are asking questions. That is when God shows up through his people. So I wanted to challenge you with this. This is what we're called to be. We're called to be love in a situation where there's no explanation and people are freaking out. So God bless you guys.